'Twas the month of November, and all through Bob's stores were weekly unboxings of savings and more. I'm talking up.
Choose to follow your instincts. Every Mazda is designed to feel like it was made just for you.
I wake up.
Best Buy has thousands of Black Friday deals.
Verizon's got a bonkers deal on the new Samsung Galaxy S25. Gemini, when's our next train coming?
Right now.
Ah, nutcrackers.
Get Samsung Galaxy S25 with Gemini and Watch and Tap, all for $0. No trade-in needed.
Time for elf care.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it all. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still. Hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall. Fear I weighed the person you are. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it
Let them move. Let them dance. Let them animate this guy, that thing, in a giant, delicious pumpkin. Let them go a little crazy. Or not. Let them put a chicken on a skateboard, please. Let them model.
Some things aren't meant to be fair. I know you left me down and out, and now the river is red. Got that hit on your head. Should've buried your dead. Should've listened to me and said, oh, how little you know. You better watch out, my friend. When it goes dark, you better lay
country music's biggest selling superstar, Luke Combs presents My Kind of Saturday Night Tour.
Sounds like my kind of Saturday night.
Luke Combs. Playing live across North America in 2026 with special guests Dierks Bentley, Ty Myers, Jake Worthington, and Thelma and James. Get tickets now at lukecombs.com.
Lowe's knows snow days don't end outside, so save now on Whirlpool washers and dryers to help tackle
Best Buy is the place to shop this Black Friday. Shop Best Buy before Black Friday ends.
I've been treading water for some time, picking up the parts of all my life. Didn't get to solve it this time. How am I to break apart? Don't tell me why we can't collide. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Don't you feel it? On the break of dawn.
Community is the way we find our strength and share our hope. It's the way dinner on the table brings a family closer together. It's the way we make sure his first chapter book is the first step on his path to greatness. It's the way we rally in hard times and rise back up stronger than ever. United is the way we come together so everyone can thrive. Join us at unitedway.org.
YouTube, I don't want it.
Twas the month of November, and all through Bob's stores were weekly unboxings of savings and more. I'm talking unbeatable values on styles for every room. You could even save big on thousands of markdown clearance items. Excuse me. Well, you get the idea. So stay tuned and stop into your local store or shop online to unbox major savings every week in November.
Oh my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
Furniture is still around. Impressive.
Think Verizon's best 5G network is expensive? Think again. This season, bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store for a better deal. Then use those unwanted bills to wrap up goodbye gifts to AT&T. Or cut them into snowflakes to celebrate your switch from T-Mobile. 'Tis the season to save at Verizon. Just bring in your bill to your local Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on root metrics, root score report dated 1/8/2025. Your results may vary. Requires postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days and same name as person redeeming deal. Additional terms apply.
How could I know it would be goodbye, my love? When did the close of forever come, my love? All I recall was a stare that was vacant and cold. Where did the spark go, the warmth that once stole my soul? When I'm blue, I think of you in your eyes. How they look at mine, so kinda like that. You slow down time and everything's just fine. I was ocean swimming with just wishbone thinking of my life, the vision drifting by until I found a lighthouse in your heart, shining like a beacon of bright stars. How did life go wandering far until I found a lighthouse in your heart, guiding me out the dark. flare and you're here in a flash. When I ask, oh dear love, where did we come from? You say that like the sun. I had the will and mission, but the wrong position. I was open, praying for a sign, until I found a lighthouse in your heart, shining like a beacon of bright stars. I was alive for wondering far, until I found a lighthouse in your heart, guiding me out the dark. You guided me out the dark.
Best Buy has thousands of Black Friday deals. Save on these Black Friday deals before they're gone.
I started All Nation.
Just break my heart. Just break my heart.
Community is the way we find our strength and share our hope. It's the way dinner on the table brings a family closer together. It's the way we make sure his first chapter book is the first step on his path to greatness. It's the way we rally in hard times and rise back up stronger than ever. United is the way we come together. So every
You know how to extrude out like this, and you also know how to intrude like this. But did you know by holding control and pressing right click, you can extrude to your cursor. You can also hit E to extrude, S to scale, then Shift Z to lock the extrusion to the X and Y axis. Enjoy!
Twas the month of November, and all through Bob's stores were weekly unboxings of savings and more. I'm talking unbeatable values on styles for every room. You could even save big on thousands of markdown clearance items. Excuse me. Well, you get the idea. So stay tuned and stop into your local store or shop online to unbox major savings every week in November.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture. let's say we have an object like this rectangular prism and we want to round the corners. Well, we could use the bevel tool. So right now we are in object mode. We'll have to switch into edit mode. So in edit mode, there are 3 different selection modes. There's the vertex selection mode, where you can select on the points or the vertices. There's edge selection, where you can select on the edges. And there is face selection, where you can select on the faces. So go into edge selection mode when we're in edit mode and select the edges that you want to round off. So I'll select on these 3 edges. Actually, I'll select these 4 edges like so. So then you can round all of these corners on the outside. And then go to the bevel tool and you can find it right here. And now you have to follow these steps exactly here. So when I pull on this handle, it'll round off the corners, and when I release my mouse, you'll notice there's this dialog box here, and that allows you to modify the bevel, because right now it's kind of just like a chamfer, it's not rounded at all, so we'll have to add more segments. So you can see if I go to 2 segments, you can see there's 2 segments and so on and so forth, so I'll do 128 to make it high resolution. So you can see there are plenty of segments. Now if I click, that dialog box goes away and it never comes back. Unless you're doing a new
I don't just give my
bevel.
devotion to any sandwich. Oh no. I'm a McRib loyalist. Tender, boneless pork smothered in that unmistakably delicious McRib sauce. Sandwiches have to earn my love. And the McRib, it's more than earned it. That legendary saucy favorite is back, and it's just as good as ever. Even better with fries and an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. And I can get McDelivery. I'm so into it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I participate in McDonald's for a limited time. Dr. Pepper is a registered trademark of Dr. Pepper 7-Up Inc.
We set off into the summer night, and you're never gonna see us again. We set off into the summer night, and you're never gonna see us again. We went looking for a new sound, and you're never gonna see what we found. We went looking for a new sound, and you're never gonna see what we found. And you're never gonna see what we found. And you're never gonna see us again.
Alright, so in general, what we're going to do is we're going to apply, or we're going to add a lattice object in here, and then we're going to apply a lattice modifier to this object and use the lattice in order to adjust this. Scale it just a little bit to make see how this is going to deform my base divisions. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about the difference. We'll move this up. So this UV sphere has a lot more geometry in here, so it's probably a little bit better example. So let's say we were to add a lattice here. So Shift A, add lattice. So let's duplicate this real quick. So we'll just move this over right here. And so let's start by deforming this object right here. So we're just going to select this lattice, tab in here, and let's go ahead and let's move our control cage up like this, right? So we're going to move this up. Maybe we'll rotate it a little bit. It's a little hard to see unless we maybe turn on wireframe. So you can see how what this has done is this has moved this geometry up and it's twisted it, right? But we don't really have a lot of control on the result that we're going to get here. So for this object, we're going to take our lattice and we're going to add some additional detail. So we're just going to bring this up so that these objects move, or so that this maybe has 4 subdivisions in it, right? So now what this gives us the ability to do is this gives us the ability, if we wanted to maybe, let's say that we wanted to take the inside of this and scale it in, right? Well, we could take these additional cage objects and we could scale them in, and maybe I'll put us back in material preview mode. We could scale these in, and we'll just do a Shift Z so that these just scale inward rather than outward. But notice how, because we have more control inside of our control cage, this gives us more control over what we can do inside of our model. And so let's say we were to take this whole thing and let's duplicate it over here. So adding detail to your control deformed it in. However, if we were to turn on proportional editing just by clicking right here, and then
Get 4 weeks free when you sign up for Uber One for students.
Hey, AI, finish this brake job.
Unable to complete.
Hey AI, weld this joint.
Task not recognized.
AI can't build real-world skills, but you can. Find out how at uti.edu.
Hey everybody, I bet you're watching this video because you are completely confused and frustrated with how Blender bends things using the simple deform modifier. I know I was super confused. I still am, actually, to be honest. I looked at the documentation a bunch of times, cannot figure it out. It's a complete mystery to me, and it's apparently mysterious to other people too. I tried looking on YouTube for videos. I always hear some version of just mess with the different rotations and origin axes and until you get a result that you want. I mean, that's fine, but I wanted something a little bit better than that, and I think that I found a method that gives predictable results. I can't explain why it works, but I know that it does. So I'm going to share that trick with you right now. But first, let me just add in a cube, and I'm going to subdivide this a bunch of times. And I'm going to show you, just going to start by showing you kind of what's happening on a basic level. So if I add in a simple deform modifier on this cube and change it to bend and keep the deformation axis on X, you can I'm going to turn wireframe on here for you. You can kind of see what's going on here. So here's the X axis and it's kind of bending around that direction, right? So that seems irrational and something that I would expect, and you can see that as well on the different axes. So here's Y, right? So here's Y running through here and it's kind of bending around it that way. And on Z as well. So if we look from the top, here's it bending around Z, which goes like this. So that's kind of, that's sensible, but you're probably not trying to bend a cube-shaped thing. I'm just going to move this out of the way a little bit. You're trying, I bet, to bend something that looks a little bit more like this, and maybe you're trying to bend it let's say you're trying to bend it like around that way, so around the Z-axis. So that's a good place to start. So step one is to make sure that there's enough geometry in the mesh that you're trying to deform. So I'm just going to add in a bunch of loop cuts here. So this will give it enough geometry so it can deform itself around the Z-axis like that. So let's go ahead and see what happens. So I'm going to add in a simple deform modifier, set it to bend, set the axis to Z, and sure enough, it works as we would expect. The bad news is that only works when we do it this way. So it only works if this surface is kind of lying on the XY plane and you're bending it around Z. You can stop the video right here if that's all you're doing. But if you want to understand the trick, and if you run into other situations, like say I'm going to remove this deform modifier. Let's say you're trying to bend it this way, right? So it's bending about the Y-axis. Your instinct would tell you to go ahead and add a simple deform modifier, change the deformation axis to Y, so bend around Y, and that's not at all what we got with Z. Why is that? Don't know, but I do have the answer to fix this. So anytime you're doing this, you can add in an empty. I'm going to add in a sphere here, and then back on the object that we're trying to deform, for the origin, go ahead and pick that empty and rotate this empty 90 degrees on the axis that you're trying to bend the object around. So in this case, it's Y. So I'm just going to hit 90, enter that into the rotation for the empty here. And now I get something that I want. And a good practice here that I like to do is parent the empty that's used as the deformation origin. I want to parent that to the object that I'm deforming. So Control P, set parent to object. And now I have a nice kind of packaged up deformation that I can move this anywhere, and we can change this, and things kind of are, they stay together nicely. So reset these rotations. So that's the trick I use. And if, let's try it again. So let's see if, let's add a plane this time. And let's say that you're trying to deform something around the x-axis this time, so something around here. So you're trying to bend it like that, right? So it's around the x-axis. Let me get rid of this cube, it's a little distracting. So here's our mesh, and make sure that we add a bunch of loop cuts or whatever other supporting geometry that we might need to deform it. And let me take that out, don't actually need that. So we're going to be bending hopefully around this way, so its orientation is around the x-axis. So let's go ahead and add in our simple deform, set it to bend, keep it on the x for deformation, and nothing happens. Why is that? Well, it's because we need to add in our empty.
When you go full school spirit on Thursday, but remember your presentation is on Friday, you can just ask Google how to get all that body paint off. Micellar water. Even in the most difficult places, game face off, class face on.
When you get in your car, you just need to put your location in the trip planner. It recommends where you need to stop, for how long, park, plug in, and you can go about your day. It will alert you if your charge session is coming to an end, so you can maximize your time before you have to hit the road.
Let's add that in. Go back to the object that we're deforming. Select the empty for our origin. And since we want it to bend about the x-axis, we have our x selected for the deformation. And now the last step is for our empty to rotate it 90 degrees along that same axis. So here's x, rotate it 90, and there we go. And then, you know, bonus, parent the empty to the object that we're deforming, and there we go. So that's how I like to bend stuff. Last maybe little, you can stop here. I mean, this is kind of the point of the video, but a couple extra things here that I can show you. And for this, I think I'm going to need a little bit of depth on this mesh. So I'm going to extrude this up a little bit like that. So now we have this. And kind of a cool trick you can do is move this origin around. So I'm going to move this around Y, and you can maybe move it to the endpoint and define where this bending is going to start. And you know what? Let me subdivide this object a little bit more. Something like that. I think that'll be better for this demo. And let's go back to our side view. And what you can do with this deformation modifier is under this restrictions section, you can change where the bending actually starts and where it stops. So I can move in this limit to say 0.5, and now the bending is going to happen at 0.5, like halfway, at the halfway point into this mesh, which is kind of handy. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. And the last maybe little bit of trivia on this modifier is, let me change the angle to 90. What is this angle defining? Well, it's defining where the beginning and end points of the deformation. So in this case, here's the beginning and here's the end. And if we draw a tangent on both of those points, where these tangents meet this angle, in this case it's 90, that's what you're setting here. So let's demonstrate this again. So let's maybe reduce this to, or increase it, or I don't know, let's put it at like 150. So now we have our tangent here going something like that, and then our tangent at this endpoint is still the same as before. So now this angle right here is 150. So that's what that angle is. And by the way, if I go back and change the limit to something like 0.3, so 0.33, so a third of the way in, now the endpoint of the deformation is in that far. So our tangent's still the same, right? It's still something like that, and then our other endpoint's like this. So this angle is still 150, but where that tangent point, where that start point and where the deformation begins is now shifted in the mesh. So anyway, a little bit of trivia there. So that's it. That's all I wanted to show you. That's the method I go to all the time.
And it's not fucking working, so you can go fuck yourself. And it's not fucking working.
We set off into the summer night, and you're never gonna see us again.
I can stop measuring shit, goddammit.
And you're never gonna see us again. We went looking for a new sound, and you're never gonna see what we found. We went looking for a new sound, and you're never gonna see what we found. And you're never gonna see what we
Best Buy has thousands of Black Friday deals. Save on these Black Friday deals before they're gone.
This holiday, Verizon's got the craziest deal ever with iPhone 17, iPad, and Apple Watch. All on them. But no getting it if you're naughty. You just ate. Don't worry, we know what list you're on. I'm always watching. Always watching. Not always. Boundaries.
Get the powerful new iPhone 17, iPad, and Apple Watch all for $0. No trade-in needed on any plan.
me back in time to laughter and long nights we left behind. We were young, wild under open skies, chasing horizons with open eyes. Yeah, I walk alone where we once ran, through streets that still hold the shape of our planes. The skyline feels like a friend I knew, holding the echoes of me and you. The skyline's glowing, takes me back in time to laughter and long nights we left behind. We were young, wild under open skies, chasing horizons with open eyes. Are you ready? Alone where we once ran, through streets that still hold the shape of our planes. The skyline feels like a friend I knew, holding the echoes of me and you.
Community is the way we find our strength and share our hope. It's the way dinner on the table brings a family closer together. It's the way we make sure his first child